Welcome to Skyway Academy. Today our topic is binomial nomenclature. We can also call it binominal nomenclature, binary nomenclature or linear nomenclature. What is it and why is it used? Let's dissect its heading. Bi means to, binary means to, nominal means names. As you can see here, nomenclature means naming system. While bi means true, Linnaean is the name of the scientist who has introduced this system. His name was or is Carolus Linnaeus. He is also known by his other name Carl von Linné. He was a Swedish biologist and physician. He or his work is also known as the father of modern taxonomy. Let's take an example of line. In Urdu, Uzbek, Tajik language, Turki language, Uzbek language, we call it sher. In Mali language, we call it singa. In Swahili language, we call it simba. So these many names by the same individual has created a confusion among the people and especially for the scientists. To resolve this issue, Carolus Linnaeus invented this method. First name should always be of the genus and second name should always be of the species. So he gave the line Panthera leo. Now that confusion has been cleared. Now all over the world people will call it Panthera leo, especially scientists. They will call it Panthera leo. Carolus Linnaeus invented this method in 1951. In 1953, he introduced a book or published his book Species Plantarum, which is about plants, different kind of plants. There's the backstory why he published this book and why he used scientific names. In 1958, he introduced his second book Systema Naturae, which was about animals and zoology it was about. Now let's discuss what is the need and importance of this system. Different names for same organism, animal or plant. As I have written the example of onion here, but in different parts of the world it is called by different names. For example, in Arabic it is called vessel or basil in Arabic, while in Urdu, as you can see, Iranian, Persian, Turkish, we can call it pyaz. In Kashmiri, we can call it ganda. In Hindi, we can call it kanda. So these are the different names for the same plant. To resolve this issue, Carolus Linnaeus gave this root a specific name based on its genus and species or epithet. He called this Allium cepa. Allium cepa. Now the confusion has been cleared. Let's take another example. Pansy plant. Pansy plant, as you can see in the picture, pansy plant, especially in England, has more than 15 names. One of them is tricolor, while his scientific name is Viola X vitrocana. Now the confusion has been cleared because of the single scientific name has been given. Let's move forward to the second reason. Same name for different organism. Same name for different organism. People will call two species by one name. For example, blackbird. Blackbird is a common used for crow and raven. As we know now scientifically that crow and raven are two different species, two completely different species, but due to its similar or their similar looks, people have been confused between them and considered them one species, but they are not one species, as you can see the differences in this picture. Misassigned names. Third reason is misassigned names. For example, jellyfish, as you can see in the picture, crayfish, starfish and silverfish. All these four in the end have a word or suffix fish, but none of these are fish. Fishes have specific characters. They have scales, they have fins, they have gills, but none of these have these characteristics, or some may have one or two, but not all of them. Now let's move forward to the next part of this lesson, pros and cons. What are the pros of this system and what are the cons of this system? Let's first discuss the pros. Universal recognition. We can universally now recognize an organism by its single name. Our second benefit of this system or binomial nomenclature is it reduces confusion. It reduces confusion among the scientists. Now they can clearly identify an organism. Third reason is scientific precision. It's also the same as we discussed earlier in second one. They can now precisely gather data about an organism and a species, and they can clearly differentiate it between the other species. They can research about it, they can collect data about it, they can chart it. The fourth reason is easy classification. It's also the same. They can now classify it into different groups. They can now identify different species or different species of new organisms. Rule. They can give it a new name if they found a new species. Now let's discuss its cons. Language barrier. Because most of the names are, all of the names of these organisms should be from Latin and Greek. So Latin names and Greek names could be hard to memorize and pronounce. The second reason is limited descriptive power. These names or these two-part names cannot gather or summarize the all characteristics of an organism. Thus far, it is a drawback of this system. The third reason is potential for change. This system is not rigid. This system or these names are not solid. Thus far, they have the potential for change. That is a drawback of this system. The fourth reason is technical complexity. These names are so complex, so hard to pronounce from Latin and Greek that a person other than scientists or other than expert or other than biologists, zoologists or botanists may not remember them, may not clearly identify an organism by their scientific names. Now let's discuss briefly what are the rules for naming an individual or an organism scientifically. Here are 4 rules. First one is the names should be from Greek and Latin. The second reason is italics or underline. What does this line means? This line means that if you are typing or printing an organism's name, it should be in italics, as you can see in this picture. If you are writing it by hand, then it should be underlined separately. Genus name separately, species or epithet name separately. The third rule is genus and species. It should always be based on 2 names or 2-part name. First one should always be genus and second one should always be species or epithet. Species and epithet are the same name. As you may know, species are the organism of the same group which can interbreed between each other and which can produce fertile offspring. The fourth rule is genus first letter should always be kept capital and species first letter should always be kept small. For example, as you can see in Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens is a scientific name for human beings. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please like it and share it with your friends. If you want to watch more videos like these, please subscribe this channel and press the bell icon. Take care of yourself. Be happy. Sayonara.